Southwest Florida. Welcome back to Leapers Live on Fox 4. We are here. Where are we? We're at Dunbar High School, one of the most celebrated high schools in the nation, who has produced a lot of academic champions over the years. I mentioned as the master ceremony here that I had interviewed the young principal here back in the early days when he first took over as principal here when they turned this into a high school. We're here for the holiday musical / play winter festival, and without further ado, let's get a chance to talk to their fine principal. Carl, welcome to Leapers Live, man.
Thank you, Lee.
I think when I was on the stage, I said about 15 years ago you took this over. I think it's more than that.
It's been about 20.
Right. I was trying to do the math in my
Yeah.
head, and it just seemed like yesterday to me. I don't know about to you.
Yeah, seems like yesterday to me as well.
I mean, it's hard. You know, I still got pictures of us doing that, and I still got that interview. So when we do our in about 2 more years, we're gonna be looking at we're gonna do a series on all these old shows, and your show has already been dubbed as one of them. So you'll be seeing that on television. That interview we did about 20 years ago.
Sounds good.
Hey man, I think you heard, you were in the audience, quietly in the audience. I said that at the time you seemed eager and all of that, but did you at that time have the confidence to believe that the high school would become as prominent and successful as it had become?
Well, I will say this, and first, before I answer that, I want to thank you, Lee, for supporting this event, not supporting Dunbar, not just for tonight, but through the years, and that has been a credit to you, and we do appreciate all that you've done.
Well, thanks for welcoming me out.
And but I will say that when I became principal here, it wasn't just as a job. I looked at it as this was an opportunity to create an institution that would be something that the entire community would be proud of. And that was my original intent. And so I just looked at it that we were going to be a stellar educational institution that all could be proud of. And we're still working on continuing to raise that bar every day.
And sitting here witnessing the arts taking place, the band, the choirs, and all of that, the partnership with Fort Myers Miller Academy, that also says that this technical school appreciate that balance. Expound. Because you're a musician in your own right.
Yeah, and music is always an important part of my life, and I always celebrate the arts. But also, you know, when you mentioned Fort Myers Middle, you know, that's a long-standing middle school here that I actually attended at middle school. And, you know, Mrs. Edward and I have a really good partnership, and just the opportunity to create that connection with the middle school students, to me was just exciting, and I'm just excited about the whole everything that's happening for us.
Right. And speaking of what's happening tonight, we have a nice turnout by parents and relatives to see this. We're gonna, as I talked about, we're gonna build on this. This is going to be the preeminent holiday event for the community to go to, and I'm sure you'll be a strong supporter of that.
Absolutely. You know, as you may know, the arts and music have been a very important part of my life. And so to have the opportunity to have a showcase event for not just the high school kids, but you know the middle school kids as well, and to have something to present to the community, I think is a really win-win.
Well, I want to congratulate you on the success that has happened here. And I'm not quite so sure about this just in general and looking around. I noticed that generally principals don't stay at the same high school that long. They might do 4 or 5 years, go to another school, go into administration and all those types of things. For you to be here 20 years, starting this high school off, putting your imprint on it, and not leaving. I know other opportunities have come your way. Tell us about your thought process on taking it from beginning until you are satisfied with where you are. You may retire from here.
Actually, I think that would be a storybook ending if I ended up retiring from here. And at this point, that's really my plan. I think it's been a blessing to me to have been able to have a career, to have it's not a job for me, but it's like a mission and a ministry at the same time. And people will say to me, well, you know, you're doing so much for kids, but honestly, I feel I'm the one that's blessed because I've had the opportunity to be blessed by so many kids throughout the years. And so to live a life where you feel like you've had a chance to make a difference, but also others have touched you, I say I can't ask for anything more.
Now, when you're sitting back in the dark watching the performance on the stage, You've seen many of them over the years. Many things happen on the stage. What kind of things are going through your mind as you're watching these students do such an outstanding job?
It's really affirmation that we're doing really good things, and that that the work that I'm doing, but not just I'm doing, but my staff is doing, and I have the best teaching staff, hands down, in the area. And their commitment is high as well. But it's just affirmation, and it gives you a chance to really just, for me, to sit back and enjoy what kids are producing and doing.
One of the things that I was so impressed with, and I mentioned that to your assistant principals who come through here, is that I see faculty members here supporting the students. And after hours, they could be at home. They are here because they actually, this is not just a job for them. What do you do is that something that you do to create that culture?
Well, I'm not saying I really do, but one of the things I do, I always, when I interview people and ask them and talk to them about being part of the Dunbar faculty, I'm not looking at just what they know, their content. I'm looking at their hearts and letting them know that when you come to Dunbar High School, we have a saying that achievement is the expectation. In order for that to happen, we have to have people with the right mindset and the right heart.
Okay, what do we have here at Dunbar High School? We have a drama department. Expound on that. What do we have in the arts?
Within the arts, we have, as you said, yes, we have a drama department. We have a vocal department. You know, most people know about our band department. And also, over the last 2 years, our arts department in terms of ceramics, drawing, and painting has really taken another step up. And then we have the digital arts. So we cover the entire gamut. Even now we're offering photography as part of our arts program.
Right.
So I'm very proud of what we have.
Now let me go one more step on this. So when I'm hearing like the arts are being taken out of the schools, we need to put them back in the schools. What am I hearing? What are they talking about? Some schools don't have the arts.
Well, every school has some of the arts. I think that happens a lot of times in some of the lower grade levels, and that's just something that, due to not the schools want to, but some of the testing requirements, honestly, the state has put upon schools. So then that limits opportunities and access, which that's a story for another interview.
Right. So when a student comes to this school, they have that opportunity to. It's an elective.
Yes. Yes, they do.
And what's the commitment? Some after school, or is it all happen during school hours?
No, we have after school. We have after school, of course, music programs, after school drama, after school. Yes, a lot. Yeah.
Okay. I know you're looking at the clock. You like to be on time on everything. Glad that I could get you to come over for the intermission. Like for you to wish somebody happy holidays.
Well, I just want to wish the entire Lee County community a happy holiday season.
And say something to your students back there who've been working diligently with me.
Hey, I have the best students on the planet. I'm proud of you, and thank you to all of my Dunbar students for what they do, because they know at Dunbar High School, achievement is the expectation.
It's not every day you get to see Lee Pitts wearing a tuxedo, but for this, I will always wear a tuxedo. It's the Dunbar High School Winter Fest, headed up by Doc Irving, the music director here, and the parents, the students, and everybody have come out. This is intermission. I got to go back to MC and duties as the media sponsor, and I'll see you guys here next year and bring some people with me. Thanks again, Carl, for allowing me just to be a part of this.
All right, thank you, Lee.
We'll be right back.